This is my second attempt at kite aerial photography using a different rig, one that attaches to the flight string at 2 points. As you'll see, I learned a lot during this. It's not perfect, it's not exactly the way I want it to be, but I will try to narrate this a bit as I go. This is a Delta Coyne kite. It's much more stable than the parafoil kite I was flying in my first attempt. I did have to yank on the string a couple of times, you'll see in just a minute here. This, by the way, is rare footage of me actually running. Look at that. My hat fell off and everything. And here I pulled on the string in order to pump the kite, get it back to a higher altitude, and didn't really help the stability of the camera. But as it swings here a little bit, you can see the back of the elementary school and the field that I was in. And it stabilizes, and it actually does pretty well for a while here. I was pretty impressed. You can see as far as the horizon. We're in Maine, so there's a lot of trees. And at some point in here, the kite, actually I had to jerk on the string so much to get the kite to stay up in the air. It was a nice windy day, but it wasn't quite strong enough for the Olympus Tough camera that I was flying here. I had it attached by a couple of cable ties and a carabiner attached to a string that I had attached to carabiners at 2 points along the kite string, hoping that it would form a triangle and kind of stabilize itself. Unfortunately, when I had to jerk the string to get the kite to get up into the air a little bit more, it kind of, one of the carabiners slipped, and it ended up just sort of right up against the kite line, and you can see it was jammed up there, and now it's focused on the spot where the new skate park is going to be. That's the construction area over there. And it stays focused on that for a good long time, which isn't exactly what I was hoping for. But, you know, it's all about learning and growing and finding a way of putting a kite in the air with a camera attached, which is something that people have been doing for about 100 years now, but I've only been doing it for a couple of months, and not very successfully. You can see we're getting pretty low here. I had about 500 feet of kite string, so the kite at its highest was, well, it had the weight of the camera on the string. So it was probably, the camera was probably about 200 feet maybe, just as a guess. And the kite itself was probably a little bit higher than that, maybe about 50 feet higher than that. And you can see when it was right up against the kite string like this, against the carabiner, it really bounced around a lot. So I'm sorry if this is making you seasick. And oh hey, it stabilized for a bit there. You can see it was a beautiful day. This was a couple of weeks ago. It wasn't as hot as it is now. The Olympus Stylus Tough that I've been flying here is designed for it to be dropped like 5 feet. So it probably, even if the kite had just sort of, if the kite string had snapped, the camera probably would have survived. That's why I've been flying that instead of something more expensive. I got it for like 30 bucks on eBay. It was a replacement for one that I got a number of years ago for a trip to Ethiopia. Probably could have taken a bunch of any other camera, but I thought I wanted something tough that could survive the trip. It did. It didn't survive a trip to a beach with my daughter, though. There you can see the where the ice skating rink is in season, and over off to the left there is the police station. It's not the most It's not the most exciting part of town, but it is one where it is safe to fly a kite. And you can see it sort of ended up pointing to the right of where the kite was flying for a good long time here. And you can see there's the kite string. Which I think is, I think it's 50-pound braided Dacron. It's my Delta Coyne is very, very stable. It apparently doesn't quite have the lifting power for this application, at least not with a camera as heavy as the Olympus Stylus Tough. So I need to use a lighter camera and a bigger kite. That's one of the lessons here. In my next attempt at this, I'm actually going to be using a picavette mount, which I didn't have back when I made this. And I'm probably going to be attaching a GoPro to it, which is, the mount is going to be heavier than what I used for this, but the camera itself is going to be a lot lighter, so maybe I'll get more altitude. And with the picavette, it should be a bit more stable. Playground coming into view down in the left corner, and a whole lot of brown field. We have been in a drought conditions here in southern Maine lately, so the fields are getting pretty dry. Here's the elementary school again, and as you can see, we're coming in lower. Boom, that's me, that's my glove. And shutting down. Hey, it was a second attempt. It wasn't entirely successful, but it was better than my first attempt. Thanks for watching. Bye.